Hello and welcome back to Ziggurat. Or is it Ziggurat? Either way, who cares? I've been playing this a little bit on my own. This is a roguelike game, so you go through it dozens of times and unlock things. So I'm going to kind of give you a quick run by of what I've done. The armory, this is all I've unlocked. And this is all that I've yet to unlock. So, I've unlocked a lot, but yeah, there's a lot still left to do. The library, hold on. I'm about halfway, a little more than halfway. When I'm finished with the library, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually come through here and actually click all of them so y'all can read it. But there's no real reason for me to individually go through them. For the bestiary, I think I have everything but the golems and a couple of bosses. Here you can see the lost souls, the flying skull guys, slimes, carrots, the cockatrice, kobolds, basilisks, magma golems, banshee, bone ranger, slime, fungi, the Almar fish. I don't know how many of those. I don't even know what those are offhand. The orcs, the big green slimes, the ice golems, the storm beasts, bone sentry, shieldmen, flying armor, bone summoners, shaman, salamander. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of the bosses. So I've done a lot through there. And for the characters, you already knew Argo and Kraz. Kraz, as you can see, I've beaten it on easy mode. I've also unlocked Simon for beating the game. Jules for opening a bunch of chests. And Sid, I believe I got him for carrots. Yeah, I got Sid for carrots. As you can see, I need to beat a bunch more shamans. I'm at 22,000 of 35,000 alchemic damage, 15,000 or 9,000 of 15,000 staff damage, 17 of 25,000 spell damage, about halfway of 5,000 enemies, about halfway on 150 or 250 kobolds, and about 20 of 25 demons. So it's kind of a complicated one. I'm gonna go with Kraz just kind of to show how it's been. We can work on other characters a little later. So, I forgot to show y'all. Looking at this character, Wand Master and Wand Link at level 5. So it increased attack rate and increased mana regeneration. Kraz's wand is also the same as the Apprentice wand. And I have the Scarab Beetle Staff, which is this, which basically just bounces. I think that's like the only thing it does, is it bounces, and when they bounce, they kind of wiggle. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that too. I did not have an amulet. So as you can see, my mana is going up because I had a divine. I think that one was the divine indifference. My mana would go up, but things cost a little more for a while. think that's what it was, right? Yeah. My attacks... Oh, no, that's the... Huh. Oh, no, that was for the next fight. Like, in the next fight, something bad, I don't remember what. But I get mana regeneration from it. Okay, got an amulet and a spell. Okay, we're gonna go with life awareness. More HP is always a nice thing. Worst case scenario, if you have a lot of health, you just lose it all, but if you don't have a lot of health, sometimes you don't have enough of it to start with. I don't know why, something told me to go back to that room. Kinda glad I did. Now I'm very glad I went back to that room. So with the slimes, whenever you damage the slimes, they kind of wiggle. Which makes it hard for you to keep going at them. One great thing is if you have a poison attack, they can't really wiggle past that, but since we don't, yeah. But no biggie. Boss room, we had 2 other rooms up here. This isn't good. As you can see, this event is basically the enemies are stronger. I'll be completely honest. I don't know what the colors mean. I really should. Okay, we're gonna go with Vigilant. It allows us to recover mana whenever we enter a new area. So whenever we enter a new combat zone or new situation, it will allow us to recover. Very limited, as you can see. I'm about to step in here. Check my blue mana. Very, very minor, but I mean that minor could be the that minor's mostly like the difference between 1 or 2 shots. But 1 or 2 shots could be the difference between living and your gun going click as the zombie bites your face. That, and on later levels, it does get to the point where you can feel pretty confident about walking into a room and emptying a clip for no reason. Okay. Let me check real quick for secrets. I have no clue why I was even checking that side. It's kind of one of those interesting things, like, you can tell on the map. It's kind of like Binding of Isaac, if anybody remembers that old game. You can tell on the map areas that might have a secret on them, because they kind of have that whole, there's a gap. Although sometimes they're on the outside, but when you can tell, it's nice. But at the same time, even if you can't tell where one might be, you can definitely tell where one isn't, because there's a room on the other side of that, so there's not going to be a secret there. Sir Arthur. He's actually probably one of the easier ones. As you saw, just get under him with a spell and hit him a couple of times. If you don't have a spell, Kraz's, or your alt fire for your wand is usually a shotgun-ish blast, so that usually works too. I'm not really going to go for the mana pool. I'm going to go for the drop rate. More drop rate means more chances of health, more chances of mana. Because having a large clip doesn't mean anything if you don't have the ammo to put in it. And even though my staff's full right now, yeah, you get the point. But yeah, as I was saying, with the champion monsters, I don't quite know what they all mean yet. Just simply because I haven't seen any indication of what each color represents personally. Okay, so as you can see, this is Fire Weaving Bomb. It's effective against big, slow enemies. It's kind of harmless against flying creatures, because as you saw, the fire drops. Its alt fire is basically a blue, hotter fire. I've actually never gotten a chance to use this one majorly. Hey, look, here's an enemy to use it on. So as you can see, burning damage going on. Bunch of them following. That was not as effective as I thought it would be. This. No secrets over there. That's a bummer. Awesome. Okay, so basically I now have armor, reduces the amount of damage I take without any ill effects. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. So these guys, as you can tell, are pretty simple. Just kind of sidestep. You can either just completely step out of the way, or kind of step between their blasts if you're far enough away. But at the same time, since I'm keeping them at range, I find it best to use the rapid fire mode, just because it has more accuracy at range. We're going with Warcry because health at the beginning of each fight is nice. I mean, didn't quite need it this time, but yeah, we need that more often than I'd like to admit. Dang it, just missed a experience crystal. So, as you remember, this attack is virtually effectless against flying creatures. I do imagine the initial explosion probably has some type of effect. Let's find out. Yeah, as you can see, like the initial pop does something, but is that enough to justify wasting the mana? I guess is the question. Is there one of them behind me? No, it's just these four. So, as you can see here, there's enough space for a small room right here, which means that the other side has a pretty high chance of having one, though it's not a guarantee. So we'll check that. I thought I checked that on the way here, but we'll check that as we pass these two rooms. There's not one there. There isn't one over here, so... Although there is one right here, so... Sweet. Okay, resting room. That means there's weaker enemies here. Usually worth less experience, but... Okay, that time we went with Druid. Basically the same concept as Warcry. It's more health, and especially since we got double increased drop rate, just more chances for potions to pop up, and more chances those potions will be able to save our asses. Okay, you can take a moment to read this if you'd like. Wow, this one's long. You can pause here and finish it up. Okay, we don't have the key, so we kind of have free run around the boss room. A little sad that there's no secrets, but we did find one on this level. Okay, this guy's been giving me trouble. I fought him like 3 or 4 times, and I just haven't had the firepower to kill him. Although this time that's not looking like an issue. But he actually will heal himself if you're not careful, so... mana. So as you can see, whenever he summons the carrots, he heals. Luckily enough, I was able to output his damage, so he wasn't healing enough to stop me. But when you're one of the weaker characters, such as Sid or dang it, what's that guy's name? Like if you're the guy who gains experience quick, like the Jester, somebody who isn't built for damage, then you could end up in a situation where you just don't have the firepower to kill him. Okay. Here's the Serpent Staff. I'm actually going to take the Serpent Staff because the Beetle Staff is nice. It bounces, but the Serpent Staff is a shotgun-style weapon with a poison effect. So I'll show you that here. Its standard fire is... Its standard fire is just 2 shots. Its alt fire is 4 shots. Nothing major, just... Nothing over here. I'm going to continue going with Vigilant for more mana. Ew, I hate this one. This one actually sounds like really nice. Like, oh, small enemies. They're just as powerful as their normal size. They're just harder to hit with anything but alchemic weapons. Because alchemic has that big explosion, but they're not so hard, they're just annoying. Okay, alchemy has a plus 55% damage, which is nice. Although that's not going to be that good for this one. Luckily enough, we do have Poison Staff. The Viper Staff poison effect is extremely powerful against these guys. I use it a lot in the Porcupine Bomb form, with just a lot of poison being used against the enemy. Come on. Almost kind of wish I had my Scarab right now. No. Actually, wait. Might use up a lot of ammo, but I can flood this still. Oh, that might even have been enough to master that creature in the bestiary. I don't know. Those are the big slimes, the ones I haven't mastered. It's a lot easier to master their babies, just because they drop like 4 or 5 of them at a time. Okay, this is the boss room. It's always nice to be able, like when the boss room and the portal key are next to each other, so that you don't have to worry about picking up the portal key when you go to check out the boss room. It is one thing that can become a major drag later on when you're just kind of like, yeah, I have to go from one end to another to fight the boss, or to get his key and then to fight him. Because a lot of times that will be the case that the boss room will have the secret room in it, just because it is so massive and so it's most usually out of the way. Ooh, this is a hard one. I think I'm gonna go telekinetic here. Persistence is nice, it allows you to get them from closer, or get them longer, and stops them from disappearing so easily. But telekinetic allows you to pick them up faster, without having to run up to them as much. So I think that in the long run will become more effective. Though I could totally be wrong with that. Especially saying I just ran through them. Because it's what I've done for so long in this game. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some buyer's remorse out of that. Let's see. There could be a secret room here. I did check these two, so I'll just double check that one. And it's on the way anyway. First off, let's double check this side. Is that a room? Wow. Really? I dipped my tail in it? That's just cool. Okay, since I found one, I doubt there's a second, but just to double check. Never hurts to check. Okay, so in this level I have a decreased attack rate. An easy way to deal with that is just to use attacks that have a naturally slow attack rate. Such as the shotgun mode. Also attacks with a area of effect dot type element to them, such as poison or fire, are also welcomed. Ew. No other audience is over here. That one was an easy choice, obviously. We're going to go with the increased health from potions, because honestly, we don't have no need. That is totally proper grammar. We don't have a reason to get the regeneration, because we're not missing 25% of any of our mana pools, or 25% of our health, let alone having a need to restore that much. Okay, we're pretty good there. And this one being Adrenaline Rush, kind of actually the opposite of the deep or the out of breath one. Using attacks that have very fast attack rates is usually pretty good, although it's kind of a little iffy around the slimes because, yeah, against these kobolds, machine gun fired, they drop like flies. Or even slow attacks like the shotgun, I can just drop those like that. But you also empty out your entire storage almost instantly. But it really just depends on what you're wanting to do. one bad thing about that is my fire grenades and my serpent staff are both extremely fast fire weapons. That's nothing, is it? That's nothing. There's a room on the other side of that. But yeah, as I was saying, my fire grenades and my serpent staff are very fast fire weapons, even normally. So, as you can see, pretty fast, and even using the alt form for the fire grenades doesn't really slow them down that much. You want to read this one? Here's your chance. You can go ahead and pause here if you want to finish it off. And we continue. Okay, this one's pretty easy. Okay, this trap room, pretty simple. Fire to shock pad to arrows, arrows to dart traps. From there, you go to another fire, to another shock pad, to another fire. And then to a double arrow, and win. Also, luckily enough, you don't get knocked around so easily in this game. So, man, I really wish I had the trader ability right now. Trader would be so nice. I'd be so having everything filled up. But as I was saying, since you don't get knocked off, knocked around so much by any of those traps, they just kind of hurt. As long as you're not low on health, you can bumble through that, and most of the time when you open those things, they have a health cube or something in them, so bumbling away isn't quite a bad thing. Now just check this side real quick, just in case. Nothing there. I think this is the fire lizard? Yeah. The Predator King. And as with most bosses, just do a lot of. If you have like for example this fire book, you can just open it up and drop him. A couple of ults will just kill literally any boss that you can get close enough to hit them with that isn't able to kill you first. Good. Fourth floor. As you can see, here's a new staff. This one's the Eye of Twilight, the Gatling gun staff. Where did my serpent staff go? Why is that up here? I'm gonna keep my poison shotgun staff because poison shotgun staff. I mean, it just sounds cooler. Okay, fast enemies. It's not so much a big deal. Especially if they have a bunch of ranged numbskulls. Like, I don't care how fast you go if you're at range. It's like, you're not going to be running up on me or anything. I believe that's a bone summoner. Which, I pretty much base that assumption on the fact that he's summoning bones to attack me. And he seems to be refilling the room's skeletal inventory. There's another one over there. That is very disturbing. He's taking, yeah, he takes damage from that. He's not fine. Or if he is, he's doing a really good job of fighting him at that. Obviously, when you have an army of skeletons to take care of, always take care of the ones in armor first. They're stronger. Usually means they're kind of the bosses. Like, this game doesn't really seem to have a this guy's in charge system or anything, so it doesn't really matter, but it's easier to dodge the little guys, and usually easier to deal with them too. That and the little guys usually seem to put out a much lower hit. As you see, poison, extremely effective against slimes. A couple of waves of poison just literally clean this room out. A load of birds. That was a lot. This time we're gonna go with Magic Missile. Just because, as I've said earlier, increasing one singular mana pool, not as effective as it sounds. I mean, it's great if it's, like, your only choice, but when compared to an ability that actually can do something for you, it's lacking. Okay, these guys are summoners, as you can see. They're shamans. They summon these light things and these douche carrots. If I'm reading my what shit does memory right, I think that the blue fire has a chance to stun enemies, which makes them slower and less likely to react. I'm almost completely basing that on the fact that enemies turn blue when you set them on fire with the blue fire, which could literally mean nothing, but if it does do that, the stun effect means they're slower, doesn't have a lot of other effects to it, but hey, enemies that aren't attacking you as fast is always fine by me. Unless you're my enemy. Then the enemies can attack you as fast as they damn well please. In fact, that's not fast enough. But that probably doesn't matter that often in a single-player game. But against the shield guys, it's rather nice due to the fact that when they're stunned, they just take longer, and since you can only really attack them when they're smashing down, should check the walls real quick. But yeah, since you can only attack them when they're smashing down, it does help to make them get stuck smashing down on you every once in a while. Let's see here. Go this way next. Wow, there's a lot of random enemies in here. So, as I said, we know there's not one over there because there's room on the other side, so there's no point in even looking. Dang it, it's wrong item. So as you can see, the effect of this room is I won't be getting any more ammo. But I will be getting more experience, which is why I'm trying not to waste a lot of ammo, although I really have wasted way more of it than I meant to. But also, since I do have Vigilance at a relatively decent level, I think at level 3 now, 2, I will be able to get at least partial mana back, so I don't have to worry too much. No secret rooms there. I'll take it. And that drop rate increase will more than make up for what I've done. Okay, I can deal with that. Oh, wow. That is a huge mana pool now. How much is that? 200. That is wow. It's a little weird, I haven't found the secret room yet. Kind of bugs me, but... I'll find it sooner or later. That was a interesting fight. If I hadn't mastered the slimes already, I think I probably just did. Before I go fight the boss, I'm gonna have to check that square here to see if there's... That seems like a really good place for it, but I didn't see one. Okay, nothing suspicious. Again, as usual, you can read here, pause if you need more time. Really? No crystals at all? Oh wow, that was... Okay, so this is a 2 obelisk room. Like 90% sure. Which is pretty good. Okay, same drill as usual. Check the walls. We do have the portal key, so we do gotta be a little bit careful. Is this it? No, I guess that's just Skybox. It's really nice that the effects are able to actually do that. A little misleading sometimes. Yeah, I'm just gonna run back here real quick. Nothing there. Nothing there. Man, this is bugging me a bit. This room doesn't have the ability to have a middle door. All the way over here. Oh, here it is. We missed it. Magic Missile level 2. I'm gonna say that was worth it. It probably wasn't, but I'm gonna say it was, because if I don't, then I just wasted like 3 minutes just running back to get a stupid upgrade. And it's straight down and to the right. Actually gonna go to that door so I don't have to worry about the trap. Don't want to lose any more health than I have to. For some reason I think this is the Sky Turtle boss. Yep. Which is a little sad because it literally puts one of my spells as a cannot use, but we're gonna go with Warcry. Health, or regaining health, is always better than infinite mana. Although infinite mana would be great if I had a weapon that I could ensure that I'm not gonna get hit. I don't really have a strong enough weapon that I can say, no, I have this, I can guarantee I'm not gonna get hit by the average dog. Okay, this is the final floor. Ooh, Book of Skulls. I actually haven't gotten this one yet. Okay, powerful magic attack that never misses. First one's a small bump, the second one's a bigger bump, or a skull. Uses up an extremely low mana pool, or amount of mana. Has a very low attack speed. Never misses my butt. Man, this is the Trial of the Slimes. Okay, is that everything? The spell's kind of nice. It's a heavy hitter, but I don't really need a heavy hitter right now. The shotgun's probably a better shot off for me. also have... Okay, these are the fish things that I said I'd probably never seen. Because this is the first time I remember seeing them. Although they don't seem to be all that threatening. Although if you just stand there and let them hit you with that barrage thing, they could probably mess you up pretty quick. Okay, that was a interesting room. Don't see any cracks, at least nothing obvious. So on to the next. Stabs do 50% more damage. I like that. Seriously? Holy hell, that guy was... He was just standing there taking it. So yeah, I'm guessing those aren't actual cracks. Yeah, that's a skull. Never mind. Quick double check there, just to make sure. Okay, so carrots spawn from dead enemies, and one of the natural spawns is a carrot. Luckily enough, since I have a dot grenade, easiest way to handle this level, take care of the carrots with fire. That's weird, I was expecting more carrots to spawn. Okay, well I guess it really wanted me to increase my staff's mana size. It's like it bugged me with that option like 5 times, and then it's like, oh, you're just gonna get it, don't worry. What? I don't want staff mana size. What if I wanted spell mana size? Got a couple of these rooms. The one problem about these rooms, when they're the small squares, is basically that those poison puddles can really stack up on you and block off any major, just block off where you want to be. Okay, looks like there's 3 obelisks in this room. Double check the sides. Yes, I know there's one of them left, but I gotta kind of lure him in. Seriously? Huh. With this one, I'm gonna go with Amnesia, since all my mana pools are kind of up there. It'll just raise them slightly each, and then just kind of swap around their numbers, which don't really seem to matter that much. I believe it swaps around based on percentage, not based on actual number. I could be completely wrong. I know me just standing there and taking it kind of seems very stupid, but killing the minions before you take out the obelisks is virtually pointless, so... And since the obelisk, I do have armor, so I'm not dying right away, and the obelisk does drop health and mana, so I'm not really in much risk of doom or anything like that from standing there for a few seconds. No special rooms here. There's a door. Man, there are a lot of fish on this playthrough. Like, I literally don't think I've seen one up till this point, and then this time, I think I just mastered them outright here. Are there any cracks? Nope. Oh wow, there was an invisible one. That's never something you want to see. Be like, yeah, there's just an invisible guy with a big-ass sword coming at you. Sorry if it does seem a little bit like I'm just look like I spend a little extra time looking for the secret rooms, but since the secret rooms do give you an actual benefit, and especially because this is the end, well, at least the end of this run. I mean, I'm at the point where they're about as good as they can get. Sorry I didn't mention it. If you wanted to keep that one, you could have paused. You can go back. And like I said earlier, I will be doing a final. This is what all of them say once I unlock all of them. Well, there's still one room I haven't been to yet, so... Let's hope we find it in here. That could be pretty good. Not something I was actually wanting. And that could be pretty good, depending on what it is. What is it? Okay, Poison Amulet creates a cloud that poisons your enemies. I think I'm gonna stick with the super fast staff amulet. Right now I have infinite mana, so I can just kind of spam my staff bolts all over the place. And when I speed them up, I can basically just drop them on everything. Yeah, that's so I'm just gonna run a quick run through on these center rooms. Really hoping I would find it, but... Really, that would... Is that it? No, that's a tree. Man, this is really bugging me. Oh, wow. I'm an idiot. I just took damage and I just wasted a lot of mana. I really am a moron. Whoops. Well, I'll get a lot of it back when the room starts and when I start actually killing some minions. Kind of hoping for a secret room. So I can get at least a little bit more of an umph against the tester. Well, anybody who is watching this and noticed where the room was, leave a comment, because I couldn't find it. Get some green mana. Where's this guy? If I wouldn't have stepped on those damn spike traps, this would have been a lot better. Dang it, this sucks. There's one thing I do gotta say about this game, is this fight is stupid. It's so hectic and everything's happening at once. You spend so much of your time running around in a circle. It's like almost every other fight, it's like, yeah, you're gonna dodge because you don't want to take the hit to the face, but you're doing it for a reason, you're playing the game, you're trying to be better. With this one, it's just, no, get out of the way. You're not meant to have a strategy, you're meant to get the heck out of the way and worry about dying after you win. Like that. Well, I got to the end. Didn't beat it, but I got to the end. Unlocked the Templar and the Acrobat and mana regeneration. Not bad. Flame mortars, kind of like the flame grenade, but the gun version. Not sure how I feel about that one, but that just sounds amazing. So does that. Anyway, as you can see from the library, down to the last 4 now. So we just picked up like 4 in that last one. And as far as the updated bestiary, we now have the fish and the big green slimes. You got anybody else? We got a loco. That's worth it, I guess. Did we ever fight Percival? We've yet to see Adam. And yeah, so basically all we're at is we need 3 ice golems, 3 shamans. Yeah, I was right, he's the bone summoner. And 4 salamander. Not even completely sure what the salamander is. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off now. Sorry about it being so much longer than the first one. At the same time, hey, I got to the end of the game. That's pretty good. It was on easy mode, so I'm gonna beat the game a couple of times more on easy mode, unlock a bunch of things, and then start working on normal modes and hard mode and stuff like that. So it will happen, just not for a couple of episodes. So, have a nice day.